I had really good role models growing up. I had really good teachers, and it's something that I always wanted to do. I was born in El Paso, Texas, and then I was taken to Chihuahua, Mexico as a toddler. I was 3. I was raised in Chihuahua with my mom's family. She has 11 brothers and sisters, so it was a big family, and it was in my grandma's house. That's where I lived until I was in 7th grade. My mom decided that it would be better for us, being U.S. citizens, to move back to El Paso, learn the language, and have a better life for us. I remember my first day, we went to the school, my mom enrolled me, and I went into this little classroom, and there was a teacher, and she was asking me things in English because they wanted to assess me. They wanted to know how much English I knew. And I remember she pointed to a pencil, and I was able just to say the word pencil because that's all I knew. So I couldn't say anything else. It was definitely very different. I remember I spent many nights, many days crying home from school because even though I wanted to be in the United States, I wanted to learn the language, I wanted to come to school here. When I was in school in El Paso, it was really emotional because there was a whole cultural shock. There was I didn't know the language, I didn't understand. Math was a little bit better because numbers are numbers, and I was able to understand some of the concepts, but I was always paired up with somebody else. So I was always with my friends. We're still friends up to now, and they will be helping me, and they will be translating word by word the assignment that I had to do. I remember incidents on the bus where students were not the nicest to me because I only spoke Spanish, and they will call me names. They will say, "Go back to Mexico, and you're a wetback," even though I wasn't. But students they had no concept of what they were saying, and they didn't know my life. They didn't know that I was actually born in El Paso, but with a different story. I was in ELL classrooms, 7th grade, 8th grade, and even in high school. It was definitely hard, and I will go home crying, and I will be I don't want to go to school, and I don't want to be there because they don't like me, and I don't know how to communicate, and I have no friends. Mom, but she was always so very strict with me, and she said, even though I didn't know the language, she couldn't help me because she only spoke Spanish, she will give me the book and the dictionary and say, start writing the words, you have to do something. But I was always trying to look for ways around it, and then eventually I just realized that I had to. And one of my teachers, he said, if you want to learn English, you need to practice and you need to speak English. She always told me that school is the key for anything. It will open any door. I do have a special place in my heart for those students that are new to this country, because that's where I was at some point. So I see my brother and I see myself in so many of them. Last year, there was a new student who came from Cuba, and he only speaks Spanish, and he will come to my classroom quite often because I made that connection with him right away, and I will make the effort to see him and talk to him in Spanish, and that is just to say, hi, how are you? You know, if you need me, I'm here to help you, whatever you need. So I do feel that if we're teachers, it's because we do want to help and because we do want to support our students. Just try their best that they can, because I know the struggle is real. Just keep trying, never give up, because you cannot give up. You have to push for what you want, and you have to work hard. I didn't want to disappoint my mom. My mom has been there. She worked so hard for us, for the two of us, and from selling food to having an apartment with no furniture, to walking to the store and carrying the bags of groceries in our hands because we had no way of transportation. Those are the moments where if I ever wanted to say I'm done and I cannot do this, I will look back and say, she has been through all of this for us, so I cannot disappoint her. I do try to have those one-on-one conversations when I see them struggling and when I see that they're kind of like, I can't, or I don't want to do this. So then I do try to approach them at a more personal level and say, hey, I know what you're going through. I understand. Just know that I'm here for you and I can support you in any way that you need. We all have dreams. We all want a big house, maybe, or a car, or we all want to be doctors, or you know, they share a lot. Oh, I want to be a teacher. So have a goal and work towards that goal. Dreams are dreams until you start working for them.